Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. This is one of those videos that I didn't necessarily want to make, but I've had a large number of people coming into the comment section. I've had people coming on my social media attempting to associate Marc Steubing with me. And I think I better set the record straight on that, because once things start getting spreading around, people need to understand my stance on that. They need to understand that. And I don't want to have to make a video bashing Marc because he is a genuinely nice person. But by that same token, I also can't have people thinking he is actually a disciple of mine or that he even listens to any of my advice, because he absolutely refuses to listen to my advice. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilled up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. And the reason I need to say this is that I had a bunch of people who've come in saying, hey, Steubing is like your strongest disciple, or that he's stronger than you, or any sort of silly nonsense. And I've talked with him personally. I've actually spoken with Marc on the phone. I have spoken with Marc quite a bit through Messenger online. I have a pretty good feel for who he is as a person, and I've tried to give him advice. Marc absolutely does not listen to me. He refuses to listen to me. I've told him his bench form is horrific. I've told him he's going to tear a bicep on his deadlifts. I've tried. He will not listen. He will not listen. And I'm not interested in talking to him about it anymore. I'm just not going to. I kind of have cut any communication, and he knows why. I'm not going to get into that publicly. But no, I'm not going to talk to him any further. I'm not going to try to help someone who is going to refuse to listen, and for other reasons I'm not even interested in trying. He's free to watch my channel, but let's make this clear, because I guess a video came out by one of these troll channels. It was linked to me. I kind of skimmed through it. I didn't watch the whole thing. But the gist of it is that essentially this person, and it's a troll channel, guys. You need to understand, troll channels aren't worried about facts. They're worried about entertainment. It's an entertainment troll channel, right? That's what it is, and that's fine. That's cool. But it's not based upon factual information. In fact, it kind of went so far as to say that Marc listens to my advice, or that he looks anything like me. Let's be realistic here, guys. You guys have seen the shirtless photos. You know I've been cutting. Let's come on. Or tried to imply that he's as strong as me on different lifts, and tried to claim that I lift lower lifts than I've demonstrated on camera. Guys, I'm deadlifting 600 plus on a couple different exercises. Not my conventional, but if you guys go back to my original channel, you guys know that I sumoed like 605. That was single ply. Now, granted, it was single ply. You get to see me trap bar over 600 with a low handle trap bar. I know I pulled at least 585 on camera, conventional, beltless, all that stuff before on camera. I pulled on camera last year with calibrated plates. The heaviest I pulled on camera was 575, but I'll get my deadlift back to 600. That's the goal after I'm done cutting. I've squatted over 500 on camera more than once. More than once. So, I mean, people have a pretty good idea of what I lift, and I'm not the greatest lifter in the world, but I am a serious strength athlete, and I plan on going back and hitting those lifts again at below 200 pounds. I probably am going to go do the 198 here in the Masters, because I'm in my 40s now. And yeah, I do want to try to get back to a 500 squat, 600 deadlift, and those things in the Masters as a serious athlete. That's what I do. But as far as a lot of that goes, yeah, it was downplayed, and then it's this association between me and Steubing. Marc does not listen to me. All right, I'm going to make that very, very clear. Marc finds my videos entertaining. He likes my videos. He enjoys watching them every single day. He comments below. Marc does not take my training advice. He doesn't run my programs. He doesn't use any of the form that I recommend. And when I have tried to give him advice on correcting the stuff that he does do wrong, he refuses to listen. He has zero interest in it. All right, so he is the exact opposite of a student of mine. Right, he does not listen to me. Will not listen to me. There's no interest in listening to me, and he's going to eventually get hurt, and that'll be the end of it. And I feel bad for the guy because he's a nice guy, but we all know that his form is beyond horrific, and some of it is actually, I'm amazed he hasn't torn a bicep yet. I really am. And that's neither here nor there. He doesn't want to listen. I would say my most successful disciple is Nicola, Elia, who I'll link his YouTube down below. Nico's also a coach now. Nico has been one of my followers for like 6 years. He was on my first channel. Remember my original channel? Because this is my second fitness channel. He was one of my first 10 subscribers. I wrote a program for Nico years ago that he followed. I wrote him a personal squat program because his squat was stuck in the mid 400s. As a natural pro bodybuilder, by the way, up in Canada. And he took my advice. He put size on his legs after I saw his legs and squat had been stalled for like 3 years. All right, he got his squat to 500. Got his squat to 500. High bar, raw, 500-pound squat. Nicola now, like 6 years later, I think he said the other day he hit a 550 squat. All right, I've seen him sumo deadlift 630. I've seen him bench 315 for 7 reps, right? I've seen him bench press 315 for 7 reps. And he's lean, right? The guy's a natural pro bodybuilder, ridiculously strong. Offers coaching services. I think a couple years ago he started coaching himself. I don't offer coaching services right now. I know people joke and they call me coach and everything else because I put free advice out, but I don't actually offer coaching services right now. I might eventually. It's not on my schedule in any way. It's not something I'm planning for. I might one day. I'm not interested at this time in doing it. But Nico is someone whose coaching services I recommend, is someone who incorporates a lot of the stuff that I taught, because he does use a lot of things. He watches my videos. He comments in my videos all the time. He's, again, big fan. I've taught Nico a lot of things, and he, of course, has his own years and years and years of experience, and, of course, he's incorporated his own stuff and gone from there, and he's honestly, quite frankly, a very knowledgeable guy, very knowledgeable coach. I actually recommend his coaching services. He's on my list of recommended coaches. So if you guys are needing a coach to help you get maximum jactitude and you want to hire someone, I'd recommend Nico. That is an example of one of my serious long-term disciples who, again, is serious about their training, that has many, many years of experience themselves, does trade advice with me back and forth. I chat with him back and forth. That is a perfect example of your ideal disciple of some of the information I put out. All right, that's a good example, because that's what happens when someone with good genetics and who's dedicated takes all this stuff in and applies it. And he was already someone who was already very advanced, was already really jacked, already had a tremendous base, took some of my advice and then took it over to a whole nother level, right? He was on this level, he was already up here. He was at a high level already, then he took it up off to a whole nother level, right? Way up there. So let's use that as an example, all right? That's an example, and that's someone who also comments in my videos almost every day, all right? That's someone who has been following my stuff for over 6 years. That's someone who followed an actual program that I gave him before I was a YouTuber, all right? And he'll tell you the same thing, that I do know what I'm talking about. All right, there you go. Let's use him as an example. But Marc is a fan. Marc watches my videos. Marc does not follow anything that I advise. Like, he does the exact opposite of half the stuff that I tell you to do, right? There's so many things that I harp on as being critical. And he looks at those, hears me say it, goes in one ear, out the other, and does the exact opposite. And he demonstrates stuff that is the exact opposite of what I promote in his stuff every single day. Right? Marc is not a follower of my actual work. He's a fan. He enjoys watching my training. He does not follow anything that I actually say. And he'd refuse to even take my advice. So when people are going to associate that with me, I really have a problem with that. Because I think Marc's a nice person, but what he does and the way he trains and his training advice and everything else is absolutely almost the polar opposite of what I recommend. Right? It is not even remotely compatible, and that is in no way associated with me. Right? That is in no way associated with me. You want to see someone who a lot of what they do is more associated with what I say, that has been for years, go look at Nico. All right? But no, absolutely not. And I hate to have to make a video about that because I didn't want to, but when a video comes out basically associating me and him and it's getting 30, 40, 50,000 views, and they want to say that he follows what I say, that is absolutely a problem because he doesn't. He absolutely does not and refuses to listen to me, refuses to change what he does. And no, you shouldn't be doing what he's doing. You're going to get hurt, guys. He's very, very, very fortunate that he has not been seriously injured already. And I seriously hope that he doesn't get injured. I really hope so. But I guess at this point it's unavoidable. It's not. He wouldn't even listen to my advice. All right, he's going to eventually get snapped up, and that'll be the end of it. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, guys. But that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.